Hi.
Gosh darn, it's good to see artillery here again. So here's the thing about the big guns. They can't fire at anything too close, but their range is impressive. That's what the smoke grenades are for. Toss one of those at the bad guys. If we have artillery in range, we'll confirm over the radio and target our fire on your smoke. But first, we better do a test fire. Make sure we're hitting what we're aiming at. You see that little building over there? We'll use that for our aiming point. Keep your radio on and tuned to Radio Freedom so we can confirm we're ready. All right, General, if you can hear me, we're ready. Toss one of those smoke grenades into the target area and we'll start the test fire. Okay, we've got your smoke on the target. You might want to stand back. You know, just in case. That looked good from here. You've now got artillery support. Use it wisely,
You
General.
must take care to reduce the radiation dose you absorb.
last domino falls here.
Again, I have survived the hostility.
Excuse me.
I gotta hand it to you, General. You really... I never thought I'd see the day. We should see about building them. And Ronnie Shaw...
She's the only one left who remembers when the castle was Minute.
I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers.
Right.
The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen, I'll let you know if I hear... In the meantime, make sure to...
Hey.
What do you want?
Seems to be growing well. I need to assign someone to this. I need to assign someone to this.
Just thinking how wonderful it would be to get out of this infernal rain.
They went to great trouble to defend this place.
Stay sharp. Don't let your guard down.
Heads up.
Trade is good. Do you need me to carry something?
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock on.
Right.
Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. Gotta worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hello? I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years. That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time.
Right.
I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to...
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute.
Right. But director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. I've lived my life within these walls. Dedicated. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. I know there's more for us. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that.
Right. You want me to stay here?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than you've been in the Commonwealth. I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please, you want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Right. Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course.
Why build it to look like you?
We'd advanced the technology behind synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, what with the Institute's records on my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future.
Right.
But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, do you think you could love him like you would a real boy?
This is all... it's just too much. I just don't know anymore.
I understand. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way...
Sean.
Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science and willpower can accomplish. Perhaps someday our synths can reclaim the Commonwealth.
Almost done.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course. We're all looking forward to working with you.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
Hi, Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. Allie Phil. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division.
Right.
As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken...
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now.
Right. Dr. Fillmore.
Hey, what do you need?
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low priority.
Allie.
What's on your mind?
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer can...
Right.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Sure. Let's take a look.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. People on the surface have got it pretty bad. Makes me thankful for being down here.
Doc.
Welcome. Welcome. It is...
Right. What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone... You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Dr. Oberle.
Good to see you. Feeling well today? I hope all your needs are being seen to. You just let me know if you're not.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is
Report
between
anything
us
suspicious
and
to
pretty
the
much all the other
SRB.
departments.
You're here.
So glad you made it. My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Coursers on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Completely by accident.
What model?
A Gen 3
Why?
designation.
Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal.
Right.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are...
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned... Coursers hunt down and They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and... But I gather you know all this. In fact,
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the... Now, unless you need something else...
You mentioned that coursers undergo...
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo...
Right.
We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers.
Excuse me.
Carry on, sir.
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it?
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Hey there.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a...
Yeah, well, if you can't get along, it's gonna be hard to accomplish anything.
Yeah, even worse, we got a lot of smart guys with fragile egos. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Operating at full capacity.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. There. All done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm. I have to admit, the third-generation synths are really something.
Your presence here is a great gift. Not just to Father, but to all of us. Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
Bye. Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical.
After what I've been through?
I should think so. Who knows what you might have been exposed to up there. How about you take some time to get comfortable? In the meantime, we'll do that checkup. Take care of yourself.
All systems nominal.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun. Yes? Yes?
Hi.
Not everything you've heard about the Institute is true. Give us a chance.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from
productive.
10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma beams.
Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparison.
Right. That's amazing.
Oh, well, a lot of us do that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure...
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been... Oh, before I forget. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount... Now, unless there's something else...
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Yeah?
Father has accomplished so much. I hope you can appreciate his work as we do.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine. Rumor is, Advanced Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
The Coursers give me the creeps, you know? They seem, I don't know, cold. Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Good morning. Would you care for some pre-processed nutritional supplements?
Sure. Let's take a look. Nice. That's it.
Standing down.
There we go. Yes.
Personal record, Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan, and if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood. This is Dr. Elliot reporting for the Bioscience Division, March 22-24. We just received another batch of subjects, but as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The two most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board: exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course.
Dr. Holdren's Synth Gorilla project is showing promising results. Please don't get any germs on me.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say...
Right. Working on something important?
Oh. Now, if you're quite finished, they're difficult enough with...
Equations for what?
Honest. Now, I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's...
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a...
Right.
As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, and I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, our projects sometimes require an agent. From what I've heard, you are both fearless. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
Right. You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself. He's our top biologist. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Clayton.
Good to see you again. Did you need something?
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers.
Hi there.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand.
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. Right. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. Unfortunately, no advancement comes as remarkable as our synths are. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll... A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. Under his leadership, I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Right. We'll deal with them in time. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cause...
Son.
The sooner that synth is safely back in the Institute, the better for everyone. You should get going. There's no time to waste.
I wouldn't be here if not for your son.
Nothing to report, sir.
Hey.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember?
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they decide the Commonwealth isn't big enough for the both of us. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
being shot at.
Initiating Directive 7395. Destroy all communists.
That's it.
Oh, wait. You did this?
Huh?
I may have detected some behavior. This looks like a good place to rest. Be careful. Violent